Hello, my name is Henry Graves. I'm here to show you a couple of things today. I'm going to show you how to complete the square and how to divide a polynomial. So we're going to start here by completing the square. I'm going to write the title, square. And the problem we're going to look at is 4x squared minus 8x plus 1 equals 0. So the first step I'm going to do, and I'm going to change colors as I do this, I'm going to subtract 1 on both sides. So step 1 here, I just subtracted 1 on both sides. So after I do that, this goes away, and we have 4x squared minus 8x equals negative 1. Should probably go ahead and erase that. Give myself a little bit more space. There you go. Now, the second step I'm going to do is I'm going to factor out out 4. So when I factor out the 4, here I am left with specifically x squared minus 2x equals negative 1. Now I can actually go ahead and apply step 3, which is to completing the square. And for me to do that, I'm going to take whatever the b is and divide it by 2 and square it. So in this case, our b is equal to negative 2. So I'm going to do negative 2 divided by 2 squared, which is going to be negative 1 squared, which is, of course, a positive 1. So I'm going to be adding 1 to both sides. There we go, adding 1 to both sides. Now I can do my next step, which is to just a factor. So step 4 here, I'm going to factor. Specifically, I'm going to factor x squared minus 2x plus 1 using the x method, negative 2x, positive 1, the factors of 1 and 1 and 1. And to make a negative 2, I just make them both negative 1. So I'm going to have 4x minus 1, x minus 1 equals to negative 1 plus 1 is just 0. I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 0. I'm sorry, not by 0. Divide them both by 4. If I divide by 4 to both sides. So now I divide 4 to both sides. I'm going to have x minus 1 squared, because I have 2 of them, right? Is equal to 0 divided by 4 is 0. Now I'm going to take the square root on both sides. So step 6 here, I'm going to take the square root of both sides. When I do that to both sides here, I'm going to have x minus 1 is equal to 0, because the square root of 0 is just 0. And 0 is neither positive or negative. Then I'm just going to add 1 to both sides. So x will equal 1, and I am done. That's how you complete the square by following those 6 steps. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to divide polynomial. So I'm going to have to clear all this out. Maybe I'll just add a new page. I'll add a new page. There we go. So my second page here, I'm going to be showing how to divide polynomials. So to divide polynomials, I have to do x to the third power minus 2x divided by x minus 1. So I go ahead and draw my little house. X minus 1 is on the outside. X cubed minus 2x is on the inside. I'm going to first start by looking at x and x cubed. So I know x cubed divided by x is the same as x3 minus 1, which is x2. So up here, I'm going to write x2, and I'm going to go ahead and multiply. So when I do that, I'm going to have x squared times x, which is the same as x2 plus 1, which is x3. This is x3 over here. And x squared times -1 is negative x squared, right? Oh, I made a mistake. And I forgot to do? I forgot to go up in here and make this one. This is supposed to be minus 0 x squared minus 2x plus 0. There we go. That's much better. That's much better. I forgot about the placeholders. So we have minus x minus 1x squared. Remember, now I'm going to subtract the opposites. So this becomes a plus. This goes away completely. That's going to be 0 minus 0 plus 1 is 1x squared. Bring down the negative 2x. And now repeat the process all over again. Now I'm going to be focused on, I'm going to go ahead and see, let's see, how many times can x squared, and x squared. So I'm going to do x squared divided by x, which is the same as x2 minus 1, which is just x, right? So we're going to have a plus x. Now I'm going to multiply x times x to get x squared, and x times -1 to get negative 1x. Remember, I'm going to be subtracting the opposites. So this becomes a plus. This goes away completely. -2 plus 1 is -1x. Bring down to 0. Plus 0. And now I'm going to see how many times can x go into x. So I'm going to do -1x divided by 1x. So that's going to be just -1. So I'm going to have -1 over here. I multiplied that now. I'm going to get -1 times x is -1x. And then -1 times 1 times -1. Sorry, -1 is +1. Or +1 here. Now remember, when we subtract, we subtract in the opposites. This becomes a plus. This is now a minus. -1 plus 1 is 0. And 0 minus 1 is -1. That's my remainder. So my answer is x squared plus x minus 1 with a remainder of 1. You can also write this as x squared plus x minus 1 with a remainder of 1 over x minus 1, like that. And just like that, I am done. So I hope this helped you guys out. Let me know what you think about it. And you have a wonderful rest of your day.